Relatives of Albert DeSalvo. You know who he is? He was the Boston Strangler. The relatives of Albert DeSalvo are planning to sue local and state authorities for information they say proves the real Boston Strangler. They say the real Boston Strangler is still at large. In fact, they claim for the last 29 years he's been living in Indiana coaching college basketball. That's what they said to them. Yeah, that's what they said. Actually, I guess you all know. As you all know by now, Bobby Knight was fired as head basketball coach at Indiana University. Now, I heard about this, and I said, I was lucky enough to get an exclusive interview with Coach Knight. That's where I was last night.
Oh,
I'm sorry I ran out. I flew to Indiana to do this interview, because if you're going to do jokes, let's get the facts. I sat down, I spoke with Coach Knight myself. Well, here, let's roll the interview. First of all, let me start by saying, Knight, thanks for joining me here.
I'm Coach Knight or Mr. Knight. And I don't address people by their last name, and you shouldn't either.
Sorry, Mr. Knight. Look, let's get right to it. We all know about the choking incident with the student. But have you choked any famous people?
2 presidents, a lot of vice presidents, a lot of members of the board of trustees.
But I heard your ultimate goal is to choke Kathy Lee Gifford.
And I kind of hung on to that thought for several years now.
Don't give up on that dream, Bobby. Yes.
No, I can't.
Would you ever choke me?
If you'll give me a chance, I'll get to that.
Look, let's change the subject. How's the Viagra been working?
There was nothing that came up.
Well, you know, my friend's doctor, told me you're supposed to wait an hour before.
Would you let me finish?
That's what she said. Look, maybe this is too touchy a subject. Let's talk politics for a moment, okay? Now, I heard you met recently with George W. Bush. What did you say to him?
You got a long way to go to be as good as your dad. You better keep that in mind.
I tell you something, Coach. You know who would be really great on your team?
Well, I don't, who?
Me! Hey, heads up! Coach, listen, that's all the time we have. I hope there are no hard feelings.
Let me tell you what I found in the bottom of your locker under some old shirts.
You... Got a little testing in the end. Got a little testing in the end.
That was kind of rough, man.
Folks, we got a great show tonight.